Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Muthurajah back with a new video lesson for y'all. That was just a very lousy demonstration in line with what I want to talk about in this particular lesson. Okay, we hear this all too often. Bass players, that is. A note isn't wrong as long as it grooves hard, or there really isn't a wrong note, because we primarily groove. And then the second thing we hear a lot is you're always a half step away from a correct note. Okay, now if you don't have context, these two statements are severely false. The first one actually is just straight up wrong. Okay, if you have a pretty little C major 7 with the 13, maybe with a sharp 11 from, say, Havana, then I put this on the bass. Hey, I'm grooving all right, but I'm just playing all the notes that make no sense to that particular chord in the moment. Think about it. When you get your first instrument, you spend time learning songs that you like. How do you even do that? You try to find the correct note for that particular bass line or that chord or that section. You focus on notes first. But imagine you focus on groove first, which is what everyone says you should do, right? That's a bass player thing, man. We are meant to groove. We're just supposed to go. Okay, I'm already not grooving apparently because I'm playing too much. So that's another thing bass players will always pick on. So if I have an A minor 7 and then nice chord, and I play the bass line like this. Okay, I wonder how many of you are actually cringing right now. I don't have the best left hand, but hey, that was pretty groovy, right? No, it just doesn't work. If you are along the thought process of wrong notes are wrong only if they don't groove or if they're not in the pocket, change that, because I was guilty of thinking the same way before. When I used to solo, in fact, I thought the more wrong notes I hit, the more jazzy I sounded. Jazzy, with 3 Z's, that too. So, having said that, the second point of you're never more than a half step away from a wrong note. Okay, let's test this. So if I have an A minor 7 here, my voicing, I'm playing a C major 7 actually. So it's an A minor 7 with a 9. If I had the B flat, I can go up to B or down to A. If I had the G sharp, down to G, up to A. F and F sharp is pretty okay. How about E flat? Up to E, down to D. D flat, down to C, up to D. So that philosophy is pretty accurate. However, functionally speaking, if I have an E minor 7, okay, and I'm grooving, I'm actually playing bass, I'm actually laying down grooves. In that context, the correction of the half step can be a little misguided, because imagine if you hit a G sharp on here accidentally when you were trying to maybe do. That G sharp going to A to correct it or going down to G to correct it doesn't sound as good even if I'm grooving. the main reason is because we are primarily hitting the root to state the chord and to state our groove and whatever else we're doing in that moment. If I was to flip this to the other side of things, which is soloing and playing melodies, there, yes, for sure, okay, in that situation, I can correct my melody with a half step up or down because it's obviously in a different register, one. And secondly, functionally, you're doing something else altogether. But if you are supposed to play the root notes to the actual harmony, and then when you hit the wrong note and then you correct it with the half step, you end up hitting an extension of the actual chord or a different chord tone, which is not the root. So these two principles can be very misguided, okay? But what I would suggest to you is what I've been suggesting from the very beginning of the channel. Learn your arpeggios, learn your scales, study your chords, understand things, okay? Give yourself time to understand something from a very basic level. This is A minor 7, A minor 7 with a 9. Now watch what happens if I move this A on my left hand to G sharp. Okay? Sounds wrong-ish, but I dig the sound, but I need to do a few things to make this work, okay? This G sharp to G sounds good. This B is cool. That C is sticking out a little bit. So what's happening here? This chord from an A minor 7 with a 9 has become A flat or G sharp major 7 sharp 9, okay? So I have the root, major 7, sharp 9, third, and the sharp 5 actually. So major 7, sharp 9, sharp 5. Now let me work this out slightly differently. I like this. This actually sounds pretty nice, but then check this out. When I move the G sharp all the way to the bottom, very thick and dense. When I move it here, it thins it out a little bit. So if I wanted to use this chord in context, I'll put the G sharp here. But up here is the best. Maybe you might dig this. I kind of digged it when I play the G sharp on the very bottom and then just play a C major 7 as far as the voicing is concerned, and it gives me a very dense and particular sound. So in essence, a wrong note is a wrong note from the primary function point of bass playing. If you don't believe me, you can go watch my brand new heavies video. There was one point, I believe, during the sax solo, I got carried away that I forgot to go to the 2-5 in D from the D flat, because it does D flat and then F sharp or G flat, A flat, and then I went back to the C sharp or elsewhere instead of going to the E. I actually literally played a wrong note, boom, but I fixed it. But the way I had to fix it was very different altogether because it was such a real-time thing, no rehearsals or anything like that. So I had to really just listen and adapt. So even though I have perfect pitch, I tripped up. Okay, so this can happen to anybody, no matter how prepared or how much you rehearse. So always work with the notion that a wrong note is a wrong note. Okay, a groove sounds great as long as there is some melodic, harmonic, and rhythmic function and foundation. Okay, don't neglect that in the name of just trying to groove hard. All right, I hope you get something out of this. I'll see you guys in the shed until the next one. Peace.